G2, Dust 2, Game 2. I don't know what that means. I'm just going with it.
I was hoping that you were going to try and continue that in some fashion.
Yeah.
But no, it's fair enough.
No, I had nothing after that.
It's all right. Listen, it's still a little bit early on here in Shanghai, so that I'll accept it for now. I think I agree with what they were saying on the desk, that it's probably good news for Tyloo to pick up that first map, give him more of a chance to win one of the next two. But I think it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I think that's the tough part. You still would favor G2 on these next couple maps, and Dust 2 especially. Like, that just feels like it's going to be a map where they're able to, really kind of show off some of the skill, a little bit more teamwork. They didn't seem as prepared on Vertigo as I would have liked, even though I probably would have favored them on that map as well against Tyloo.
Yeah, me too. So, I don't know if a little bit of a slow start, maybe.
This will be a bit more comfortable. I think we'll see Kenny S able to dictate a little bit more with the AWP, obviously, on a map like Dust 2. But Hunter and Nexa, those guys, I expect some of the individual flair to show up as well. G2 is going to be much more geared for this. But certainly it's nice for Tyloo to buy themselves a little bit of breathing space in the series.
Yeah, I do. But the fact that it is Dust 2 is also interesting, because we did talk about the ridiculous aim that's going on a team like Tyloo. And that's
ridiculous aggressiveness.
Yeah, that's something that could come into play as well, right? So...
Yeah.
If they were going to try and steamroll them on any map, or like try and shock them in the first 10 rounds of a map, then I actually think Dust 2 is like a more open map for it in some sense. Not that I still would favor G2, but I'm just saying if they were going to win, then it'd be something like that.
Well, I just like it because it feels like, you can set this up that it's just going to be just a straight up battle, just a brawl between the two teams to go head to head on a map like this and just see who comes out on top. It's just never ending fights and never ending duels. Which excites me in a big way.
That's what we like.
Yeah, we do like never-ending battles. So we are getting live into the pistol round. Tyloo up one map over G2 in the opening series here in Shanghai.
And they're going to be starting on the T side there for G2, CT side for Tyloo, and it'll be interesting. USPs all across the board. We do have a kit on Summer, so they're ready, and actually. They're going to go for a boost on Catwalk right off the bat. So they're going to know a lot about what's happening in middle. In fact, this is almost like a 4-man crunch ready to be set up for the middle.
Yeah, unfortunately, no one's there. No one's there for G2. No one's even going close by it. They're going to slowly and quietly get out towards long A and have control. Somebody's going to be watching that. He makes the run up towards the bomb site, as we saw there. 2 players on Catwalk, somebody here. Now, the tough part is, when they start to eventually cross the 2 smokes for that cross, are those Catwalk players going to be able to get anything done? Somebody must stay alive, and he's so committed, and it's all about timing. If he swings that wide, it always depends on when they turn that corner.
And they've been thinking about it. It's great if you can find someone behind that car there early on. We've seen that boost a couple of times now, but nothing really comes of it. And now the defense is starting to lean this way. They've given up on middle. They're back from the Catwalk. They've got a great setup right now for the Tyloo team here. Jack's looking for an early kill, and they're able to find that isolated frag, and that's a bit of a shame. Now they're close with the Glocks, and Hunter will take down 2. This is a big turnaround, and I think Tyloo gave up a little bit of a lead there. They would have had a much better shot if they just, all try to fight at once instead of one at a time. Hunter continuing, now a quad kill, leaving Summer alone in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, he might as well go for it. Hunter's going to get the ace. All 5 kills. What a suffocating hit from G2. That is a cool Molotov as well, thrown towards Catwalk. If you have those 2 defenders on Catwalk, just post it up at the corner, try to spam through the smoke. The Molotov forces them to make a decision. I think that might have been why the defense wasn't as coordinated in the bomb site as we would have liked. Just because that Molotov, either you have to make the decision in a split second. Do you go towards the A bomb site and out into the open where you're all clumped up at the bomb site boxes, or do you retreat in the Catwalk and just give up the fight, give up your teammates, support for your teammates? That's a cool little pistol round from G2 to net them a 1-0 lead. But now this is a round that they struggled with on Vertigo. Scout, pistols, and an SMG on somebody. They lost 2 of these in the first half of Vertigo.
There is an MP9 as well. Long range Bented able to tag away Kenny, looking for more. They're trading a little bit of damage now. And that's a decisive win. Headshot.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mind him going for that fight. Why not?
No.
You tagged him. Go try and find that kill. 3 players still here for Tyloo, the scout. Summer's got Mr. Fantastic arms.
Bit of a reference. Fair enough.
A very good reference. Yeah, well, I think I'm, just getting a little bit cocky now. Greatest reference ever.
I appreciate it. I definitely do. Ooh, finally completing that kill on Kenny. The grenade actually can land right on top of Hunter. It's not bad at all. That second kill shot would have been excellent. Now instead, actually, I thought they were going to boost. Instead, just running through, and the bomb is now on the ground. Freeman hoping to sneak in a kill, but that's not going to happen. I think that was the last chance here. Should be no chance for Freeman, for somebody to do much.
Well, if he can get one quick kill, Hunter can be doubled up. Oh, and he's given away his position. That's the tough part. And Jax returns the favor.
Wow.
Flying over the top of the railing, 2-0 for G2.
That'd be a weird superpower to have, wouldn't it?
What's that?
The Mr. Fantastic superpower.
I almost wish like the Counter-Strike models would show the arms stretching out that long. Just like little wet noodle arms.
Just grabbing the guns. Well, they are doing model changes now apparently, so maybe one day they could do like a collaboration with
Oh, this is
Marvel.
beautiful. Oh, it's so good with the nades. Double kill for Kenny, and that is a slaughter. 3 SMG frags for Nexa, 2 nades for Kenny. That's a quick round.
One of the quickest we've seen in a while on Dust 2. Just down the middle. Everyone dead all at the same time. It's pretty good. Right into the rifle bound. Tyloo not wanting to mess around. Springing us there quickly.
I like it. I admire that. Yeah, that first nade did a massive amount of damage, and they're lucky they didn't commit more bodies to pushing through, because Kenny might have been able to get just a quad kill with a nade. AWP in his hands. Somebody has one as well.
Bringing out those Ulk grenades.
Now there's another reference. That's quite good. We should do a show match of that mod.
Doesn't even exist now.
Listen, we'll hire somebody.
Yeah, there must be more people out there missing it. Oh, somebody again a little bit dangerous. He actually tags up Hunter through the wall. That's not bad at all. And this could be falling back to a pretty commonly known position. So many ways to deal with this now. Molotovs and flashbangs and everything else. So I expect G2 will have a plan, especially once they saw that the AWP was there. He's actually backed up from the first flashbang, so that could have been dangerous. He heard that go off, and he was like, all right.
Yeah, want none of that. Hunter down to about half HP, but catwalk control, mid control for the G2 attack. Another crossfire set up at long. Attacker and Bentet. That's a tough one to deal with as well. If Bentet just gets one kill, Attacker's position becomes near impossible to clear out in any kind of clean fashion. 3 bodies going to be thrown at this, and one of them has the bomb. So the round can be decided here at this battle.
But Bentet is even just holding the Molotov. He's saying, as soon as you show yourself, I'm going to Molotov everything, and then all your attention is going to be on this side. He waits for the flashbang, and Attacker gets one. But again, they can't really chase him down. Bentet does go down, and that puts a little bit more pressure on Attacker. But again, time is running low, I think, with G2. They're going to be a little bit careful here. Attacker gets the kill on Jackson. Now it's all very, very discoordinated. Bomb is down at long, and they just can't recover it. That's a pretty nice hold. Even if, I think that could have worked even better if Bentet doesn't go down so quickly. But I like the idea of that Molotov just to take all the attention away.
That certainly bought a lot of time for Attacker, who's able to pick up an AWP and pass it over. That's going to be a double op setup immediately for Tyloo. In the hands of Kenny S, it falls. I mean, even the crossfire didn't work nearly as well as it might have been able to. The Molotov actually even holds the players back, so there's only one kill that comes out for Attacker. No one else is even able to pass the Molotov to go into his crosshairs. But either way, it works fine, because you could see the G2 attack coming up catwalk had to pick up the pace. They had to be way more aggressive than they probably wanted to. So 3-1 in the favor of G2. Another buy coming in, but they're near out of money after this one. Both teams yet to establish the economy once the rifles have been brought out. And that was a big talking point in Vertigo.
Spending a little bit of time early on in this round, you could see on the T side expecting some aggression out of Tyloo, which I think, you know, you could understand that given how they play generally, that you want to make sure they're not pushing, again, catwalk or middle or anything like that. So just G2 electing to do that early on.
And Tyloo going for a blind stack towards the B bomb site, thinking we've stopped you at A in this first rifle round. We've shut down long presence. We shut down your catwalk attack, so maybe you try and run a mid to B split. Maybe you go towards the other side of the map, and they want 3 players there to deal with the possibility.
And what I mean, it's looking likely at the moment. They're doing all the initial setups for what would be a B split. So that would be one hell of a call. Jax now jumping down, so a little bit of a twist in the potential B split, which is coming now. Jax sees it long range, but again, as you pointed out, There are 3 people here for the defensive side. Freeman going to throw out a bit of a flashbang. He does get tagged through the door. But Bentet, no one looking for the scaffolding yet, and he's going to get a kill. Tries to convert it. He will get a double as well. And now he's just buying time, and every second counts here. They've locked down in the middle, and I mean, they got the kills over on the A bomb side, but still, the bomb is over there, and this is a bit of a trouble now for the incoming T side. 2 on 2, but they're low on health, and Jax almost gets taken out. There's the collaboration with Summer, and they'll get the final kill there. Bentet with a triple. This is looking really rough in this round. Again, I think they could have got even more out of this Tyloo, but they win the round, so that's good enough.
What a great strategic call for Tyloo to just position that. Bentet plays this perfectly. Remember, 2 players went down. That was a 5-on-3 at one point for G2, and no one cleared out that position on the scaffolding, and Bentet's able to just rack them up. Triple kill on the round overall, and even Summer pouncing from double doors. Perfect teamwork to shut down G2 in the later stages of the round, and now it's just back to pistols. No armor, couple upgraded, couple deagles, and a little bit of light utility, but Tyloo holding on. Now they need to have a clean round here. They would love to have a clean round here, because still the money for the defense hasn't been able to build up into anything meaningful.
Yeah, that's always such a help. Jax out the middle. They are getting a little bit of a chance. Maybe they could actually run. Now it's getting dangerous. If he goes down here, Freeman, and he'll get just the 1 kill, leaving sole defender on the B bomb site, who's managed to make his way out the window, which is at least something. He could have got trapped on there, and they've managed to turn this around in excellent fashion. I think this could have been so much worse for Tyloo.
And
they could have lost the second player on the bomb site.
Yeah, the bombs dropped all the way towards mid,
Wow.
which is really unfortunate. Even if those kills come out, even if they get control of the B bomb site, no chance for a plant, no chance to really win the round. So, yeah, you're right. That surprisingly went much better for Tyloo than it looked at one point. All tied up at 3-3.
That was a very, very good recovery. Actually, I think when Freeman went down in that doorway, it looked to me like Summer was more or less trapped on the bomb site, but I guess he got up on the box and out the window just in time. That would have been a disaster if he had gone down as well. Now comes the aggression, and he gets caught. He's going to try and make his way back, but there's no way. That's a bit unfortunate.
And I like just the immediate spam for Nexa. You know, with that kind of an aggressive play, likely some support on catwalk, someone to help him out. And just the pre-fire forces that defender away. Freeman gives up the B bomb site. It's his only option, and here we go. They're not going to forget to clear this twice. They're going to enter in free site, and I think Tyloo...
Save.
Yeah, it's the save call. It's got to come in right now. They're going to back away, but Hunter is primed and in position to take everything out of their hands. And the spray's a bit nasty, but he finds the kill.
That's, well, they even made the call to save, but just couldn't get out. Now attack it with the 1 M4, so we're just celebrating the fact that they made their way out with 4 people alive in the last round, but now might lose everything here. And that's rough. G2 gonna be back to picking up a round right away. Still with the orb on Kenny. They don't have a lot of money either, but they're gonna be fine, obviously. And that was such a quick call. Once they found that aggressive AWP, they just, you know, they can roll right through the middle. Nice setup. And then, I mean, if you find that one aggressive mid or player, I'd be pretty confident that there weren't going to be 2 people on the B bomb side after that. You kind of know that at that point.
I will say, despite that...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that helps a lot. I will say, despite, you know, somebody getting taken down in that position, that setup was almost not perfect, but it almost worked exactly as designed. That AWPer on catwalk was maybe a half-second late getting there to cover somebody's retreat.
Yeah.
That player at top mid that kills somebody when he's trying to jump through the double doors, he's the one that's exposed to that AWPer, but he just didn't get into position in time. Then obviously once his teammate goes down, there's no reason for him to commit too much to it. But that's a nice call for G2. You're exactly right to take that acknowledgement of that opening kill and just attack B immediately. Stack onto catwalk now for Tyloo. And Stack actually just in middle in general. They're just going to go for it. There's the swing. Kenny goes down. Oh, what a follow-up. Somebody grabs a second, and Hunter's got to pick up the pieces. Sprays down 2, transfers over almost for a third. Oh, but this could be a disaster for G2.
At least they've done a fair bit of damage, and they still have the rifles. But yeah, they almost lost a round right then and there. Kind of shocked that that he was able to get that second kill. That was beautiful with the 5-7, but I feel like they've managed to recover now. I guess the only thing that didn't work out for Tyloo in this round was the fact that once they got the kills, they couldn't even get the rifles. If they could have stolen some of those and got away, that would have been huge.
Well, they had all 5 players in mid, right? I think if they had all just committed to that attack, to that pressure, especially after the 2 kills from somebody, I think they would have been able to win that round, but it was only somebody with the aggression, the 2 kills, and then he backed away, and everyone fell back. And that gave Hunter plenty of space to jump up on Xbox. If those 2 players in middle are also aggressive at the same time, Hunter can't get a double kill on Catwalk.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Summer, I think he's done the best he possibly could with low HP. Just go and grab an op and save it for the next round.
All the way on the other side, yeah. That's pretty reasonable. So a bit of a shock, maybe a little bit of a wake-up call for G2. They almost lost that round just to some really nicely timed aggression. A 5-7 kill was wonderful. Won't change the fact that it's going to be 5-3 in favor of G2. So it's too soon to call really what who's winning out early on. Dust 2 is one of those maps that can really go a bunch of different ways. That's so quick.
This is where it all falls apart. You could see the 2 players, Summer and Freeman in middle, just really huddled around that corner, starting to fall back into the B bomb site. But I think that was a team call. I don't think it was necessarily their fault. I think whoever was on Catwalk made that call because even the Catwalk part of that was falling away. 5-3 for G2. And again, this could be a mid to B split. This could be a contact play in towards B. There's 3 players, 4 players now in upper dark, and they're just going to walk in through the smoke.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're just going to go for it, and that timing is so good. What an entry. Barely even knocked on the door. And just kick it right off the hinges.
And it's one of those, such a comprehensive take, such a quick take, that there's no chance that Tyloo can try and recover anything. There's even actually a smoke up. I think somebody is watching Catwalk over the smoke, but yeah, he is. That's a nice shot from him to protect his teammates' retreat. And G2, even if they wanted to go for it, Kenny has $0. You have some money, but that save call just comes out so early that there's really no point in going for it. You know it's going to be tough to clear these 3 players out of long.
Yeah, and if you do go for it and you don't take anything away, suddenly the next round is so dangerous because then you're going to be low on cash immediately. So probably best to not overextend too much. They try and flash their way in, and again, that's probably all you want to invest into it. Actually fighting at long. Oh no, Necks are going down, and again, they're gonna have some money to work with here, but you want to be careful.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like the biggest disaster because they have so much cash, but definitely a couple losses that they didn't need to take at the end there. Still a 3-round lead, 6-3 in the favor of G2.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, that kind of push coming through. Double up setup as well. So when they walk through that smoke over at B, he's either going to hit that first AWP shot or it's pretty much game over for that defense.
Well, the tough part is as that smoke is clearing, neither of those 2 defenders were actually watching those tunnels. One had the Molotov out, and the Opera was just behind the box. So when he goes to peek out, he didn't even realize Almanac had already had the angle, had already come pretty much towards the lip of that exit. It's a tough reaction shot to hit.
Now, you know, at least they get to save the rifles. That's a big deal right now for Tyloo. Back towards the B bomb side, though. This time with much more speed. They're not going to be slowing it down. The smoke's going to go up, but that doesn't really matter. Leading with the MAC-10 and jumping. Something we've seen Jax do a fair bit. Summer running through. He's not going to be working out, and he'll get a double kill. Jumping Jax.
We've really seen Jax and G2 really lean on this. I don't know if I want to call it a strategy or a tactic, but that idea of just having a MAC-10, especially in rounds where you feel like there's going to be some sort of a low buy. Just go in and wreak havoc and see what you can get, and then you have the rifles follow it up with the space you're creating, and Jax loves doing that. We'll see him do it. Well, we have seen him in the past do it mostly towards long A, although we haven't seen it yet in this game, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, G2 have that, you know, like many teams now, that strategy where you just interval flash over towards A long and run someone down into the pit, which is great fun.
It is fun. It's like watching roulette, like flashbang roulette.
Yeah. It is. Sometimes you make it and no one knows you're there, and sometimes you just get absolutely caught and nothing's working. Yeah, what a round. And this is just going down the stretch of this first half. The fact that this B bomb side has now been proven to be somewhat of a weak bomb site for Tyloo, that is going to give so many options for G to manipulate, try and put pressure on, try and work with.
Well, the one time they held it was when they had 3 defenders there.
Yeah.
It was when they had Ben 10 on the scaffolding, and they even actually lost the first 2 players in that round, and Bentet was able to just barely recover it.
Yeah.
So even that wasn't convincing. Kenny going to go for the mid shot. Not this time. Looks down and makes sure no one's going to peek as his teammates run quickly down mid. Somebody who makes the decision to get aggressive, risky.
Yeah.
And this is a shot he has to hit, and he's got it right into the face. He's going to burn just a little bit, but the Molotov's fading, and he's going to come back for more.
Again, you have to say you would not recommend that play. Just pushed up, playing in a position where if he misses a shot, he's dead immediately. They do get the tag on Jax. He's very low, and they just keep pushing. The Molotov taking care of him. This is so aggressive.
I like it. I like everything about this, actually. This is working so perfectly for Tyloo, and yeah, now after you use all that utility, might as well just back away. No reason to remain aggressive. You have a 4-on-2. Force these 2 G2 players to commit into a bomb site, but of course somebody does not think along those lines. He's going to sit inside this smoke, and there's a clock on this play.
Yeah, but I mean, if he gets the kill on them here, they're going to be so upset. They're right in front of him, and oh, he tagged both of them. I would be so mad right now if I were G2. I was just thinking, why is this happening?
Why is he there? Now,
that is outrageous.
The other side of the coin of that, because it does look cool, is he loses the op.
Yeah, but it was so cool.
It is so cool it's even worth it. So they'll either have to reinvest into that, or maybe they just straight up can't afford it. Attacker, excuse me, actually somebody could afford it with someone to spare. So he's got the op back in his hands, but that's an expensive cool factor.
Yeah, but maybe you're willing to do that, right? You're so excited about the fact that was a possibility.
Right.
Financially, maybe not the best choice, I agree.
But who needs to think about money? Who thinks about money when you can look that awesome?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You no scope for a kill and tag the guy behind you.
Now, if he'd gotten the double kill, he would have had it all.
Yeah, that and
he would have had like an amazing cool factor. He would have been able to keep money in his pocket. He would have been able to keep the alt.
That would have been the real deal, wouldn't it? I am definitely excited for the fact that that it worked out in the fashion that it did. I think even just the mental aspect for G2, just thinking like, why? You've already got all that aggression. You've already got it all worked out.
You had no need to go for that kind of a play, but you did anyways. So here we are, 7-4. Another round for G2. AWP in Kenny's hands. And Almanac still has money of his own while we're on that subject.
Yeah, they got that lean towards the B-bomb side again defensively.
And this time no mid pressure. No stack, no crunch setup, no utility being used. This time it's all quiet for G2, but they're going through the motions anyways.
Let's see what they're going to be doing. They've brought the bomb with them this time, so at least in the early stages, this is looking a little bit more like a sort of an A crunch, which would be a good time for it. Somebody could have got caught. Then he's in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to have a couple of shots here with the AWP. That's one hell of a flick. I can't believe it. Taking down Hunter and now escaping back around. I'm shocked that he's alive. I'm shocked that he got that flick off as well. This is so much better than you would have expected. But they're still in a 4 and 5, so the bomb is going to be going down, and they've got to be careful about this retake. Yeah,
retakes are so difficult, especially considering there's that lurk. Nexa, oh, wow. Almanac peeks before the smoke plumes, falls to his death, and they're still watching for this flank. Nexa's under so much pressure, weighing the options of trying to help his team. A lot of pressure on Kenny to provide some kind of kills to delay this. And now the retake is coming in. Nexa needs to pounce right now. He needs to come for this, and he's going to wrap around aggressively. And this is perfect. The timing is there. The shot is there. Kenny S has a double, and there they are, chiming in. And the flank from Summer up on Catwalk brought down low. And the Molotov into the site, but Kenny's already moved, and he's got the win. 4 kills for Kenny, and a desperate and miraculous hold on the retake.
Yeah, that was the action movie moment, wasn't it? His teammates stuck in the A-bomb side, about to get completely crunched, and then Nexa down at long. I think just a tag would have been enough, and it was at that point in time, just completely distracting everybody from that retake. That was so well done. And Kenny obviously here, oh wow, 2 for 1 to set it up, but they just weren't ready for it. What a beautiful hold here from the T side.
That's some vintage Kenny S as well. Those repeats of that narrow angle. And here's that play we just talked about. Jax again going to lead the way with the MAC-10. Gets into pit with no problem whatsoever, and Tyloo wants nothing to do with that surge out towards long.
That was a round that, again, that last round could definitely decide a lot of the outcome of this first half. Did not look like that should have been G2s. That looked like it should have been like 7-5 instead. Now 8-4, and a little bit of a flash setup. I think they know everything about what's going on right now. They've got the eyes on catwalk. No one in middle though, but still a pretty good defense here. And with that early kill, G2 might be walking in to just a very heavily defended bomb site here.
Well, another chance for Kenny to try and alleviate some of the pressure. Another flashbang, though, and they're all kind of stuck in this position. They're all so susceptible to these flashbangs that has slowed this hit down, and they don't have any more smokes for the cross. The flashbangs and the presence from Tyloo have negated all the utility that G2 tried to use to cross over. I cannot imagine a world in which they win this. Kenny S, his attention is taken away. Good trades from G2, but just too many options for Jax to aim for. And 3 players survive on the defense. That's their 5th round to the 8 of G2.
Yeah, that was very awkward. You're absolutely right. They were all just stuck on long, getting flashed and picked off one at a time. And then by the time they got a little bit closer, no more smokes.
That's the awkward one. That first one onto Nexa was just like, he didn't even realize he was probably exposed from that position. And that's tough to deal with. 8-5 in the favor of G2. And they might just be at the point where they should have another buy. Almanac has 6,500. Kenny 4,300, so they can trade an AWP and an AK-47 if they want to go that route. Nexa's already bought up.
And G2, I just don't even, I'm not even sure what the follow-up plan was there. It seemed like, because they themselves put down the smokes or the crossing, so it's not like they were confused about that part, right? It just seemed like they slowed it down way too much. Like, either put the if you want to put the smokes down and wait for someone to peek, that's fine. But then they weren't ready for that either.
Well, especially with all 5 players committing to long right at the start of the round.
Yeah,
it's like you don't have any other information, you don't have any other presence on the map. They did just get a bit stalled out. So Tyloo once again, slow start to the half, much like Vertigo, but looking to recover in a nice way.
Oh.
Okay.
Any comments on?
That's one of those kills you get when you're Summer and you immediately swear at the guy.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah. Well, I can't actually swear, so it loses a little bit of its power.
It's fine.
But we all know what you say in that situation.
Exactly right. Odd beginning to the round for sure. You sort of found him, Amanek, but just I think in the early spray there is what made the difference. So 4 on 5. Kind of the opposite of what G2 were actually needing in this round. It would have been great to weaken that defense over at B. Still 3 men here.
It makes him nervous, at least, the low HP, right?
Yeah.
So Jack's going to lead the way again towards long, this time with the Krieg. If they get this kill, the Opera is in trouble, and they found it. Somebody does get a frag out towards long, but now he's going to get wrapped upon from the A bomb site. So this hit, G2 can slow it down and wait for Hunter to get this freebie. And now the bomb site kind of opens up. They still need to cross. It's still going to be tough. I don't think they have a smoke for it.
They don't, so maybe just, run boost. This kind of be great. Oh, no.
Yes. I love everything about it. Now, I don't know how he's still alive on the cross, but that is exactly what you dream about.
It's beautiful, isn't it? They just sold him out.
I think of all the run boosts, actually, hold the thought. Freeman, he's going to get traded out. Of all the run boosts in the game that we see fail the most, it's that one.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
I don't know why it is. That's always the one that fails.
It's just really counting on your teammates at that point in time. I don't know what it would take to do a run boost in real life. What are you looking for? Is it leg strength, or is it, like upper body, arm, you're trying to throw someone across? I don't know how that works, but...
Yeah, it only really works in I don't know.
Regardless.
I wouldn't want to be the guy on the bottom.
Or the top, really.
Yeah, actually, it sucks in both, doesn't it? Somebody, I think he got his bearings before the flashbang popped, is able to eliminate Nexa.
Knocks it down. We'll see some AKs still in play here for G2. They got that AWP on Kenny. But right now, you would assume that Tyloo are actually pushing out on long. Wow. I was going to say, I assume that they'd be happy to just be defensive, but they're not.
Yeah, well, I don't even mind them taking the risk at this point. You know, remember, they started that out.
Wow.
Somebody only had the 5-7, so, oh, they're so boxed in. This is going to be so difficult. G2 has no idea what's about to hit them, and it is a very powerful defense.
Yeah, it's completely aware at this point in time. Freeman with a very lethal angle. They're going to try and push their way through, but they're just absolutely sandwiched in there. What a great round coming out here from Tyloo, and just a very impressive situation overall. 9-6 in favor of G2. I think that's still pretty good, but Tyloo making it back a little bit.
Yeah, like just much like the first map. It's just they just call themselves back enough to be right within striking distance. Even actually in the first map, they came back and got a nice advantage.
Yeah.
This time it's just, you know, that's comfortable considering it looked like G2 was going to run away with that because, remember, G2 was able to take the B bomb site pretty much whenever they wanted during stretches of that half. The A bomb site was looking a little bit sketchy, but I actually, much like Vertigo, on these defensive sides, I really like some of the game plans that Tyloo's had. That mid-crunch that they ran a couple times, it was so cool to watch. And you don't see teams do that too often. No,
people tend to shy away from that. I agree. It's just a lot of fun. And you can see how G2 even get caught off by the aggression that, like, they're sort of thinking about it half the time, but then even when it happens, they're just like, it's so aggressive. We weren't expecting that.
Right.
And then the aggression is followed up with more aggression even.
Yeah, it's just
even the successful aggression is just more.
It's everything we wanted.
Yeah, it's nice.
All the aggression.
So I mean, at the end of it, you've got to think that that still G2 are feeling pretty confident at the moment. 3-round lead, playing on Dust 2. Probably they could come up with a way to win this.
Well, remember, I mean, this is the interesting part because with Tyloo in striking distance, they have a chance to just close out this map straight up, or this series, excuse me, if they can win this map. So we'll see how this T side goes for them. G2 has got to be feeling a little bit nervous about this one. Smoke out on Xbox for Catwalk, and Kenny wants to get aggressive. I can't believe how committed he is to this, even being spotted.
Kenny is sniping away through the smoke. And Jack's going to be flashed in. That's a lot of targets. He'll take one. Could probably back off by now and just stay safe. And in the middle, they almost lose Hunter. That would have been a disaster.
Oh, that would have been terrifying. Well, Freeman and somebody in upper dark. You can see they have mid control. Where exactly do they want to go from here? The defense is starting to crunch towards middle. 2 players CT spawn, 2 players from the B side. They want to at least eliminate half the attack. And this would be the important one. They have the bomb here. But the bomb is going to make its way up Catwalk. If Tyloo gets the information that the A bomb site has no presence in it, this is going to be a near impossible retake for G2 to get back into the site. And Bentet, he's leading the way with the bomb in hand.
This is a bit scary, isn't it? Oh, they're going to try and boost. There's going to be a lot of T's watching this boost, so you want to be real careful about that. Oh, they picked the right time, though, and Jax, nice headshot. He's going to continue. He's the one that started the whole thing. And they'll be able to get a kill in return. Bentet following it up, and that's a double kill for him. That's I don't know. That could have been so bad, I think, for Tyloo for a second there. But they managed to recover.
Well, those are the fights where the USPs, like that one kill that they get as they're coming up the ramp is huge because it's going to allow them to really just turn around that corner on towards the ramp. And Bentet just wins this round. I mean, not only these kills inside the site, but just the gall, the boldness to take over that A bomb site, to just kind of walk in. And I don't even know if he had all the information. But to do it with the bomb was such a good timing for it because G2, they knew the danger. They knew they couldn't stay away from that A bomb site the whole time.
And now it's down to 3 Deagles, P250 and a CC here for G2. Try and, again, cause a bit of an upset, which may be very helpful to them. Otherwise, Tyloo have a pretty good shot at equalizing the scoreline, and that'll make them feel a lot more confident for sure. That'd be a weird start to the day, wouldn't it, if G2 fall to Tyloo? It's certainly not what many people were expecting, I think.
I think the weirdest part about it is we talked about it before Vertigo, or while Vertigo was going on, was how excited this G2 lineup is and how interesting it is and some of the cool things we see them do, but you know, they haven't really had the results to back it up, so they're still kind of living on that potential.
Yeah.
And it's you can't do that forever. I think losing to Tyloo, I guess it doesn't really matter if you lose to Tyloo as long as you make it through in the groups to the playoffs, but this could be a very start to a very difficult run to make it to those playoffs if they lose to this team.
Absolutely. Getting very close now. Too close for comfort for Kenny at least. Nexa not able to follow that kill up, although it was a good shot anyway. The bomb is going to be going down, and don't see much of a chance for any kind of a retake, so probably just keep sniping with that one deagle. And hope to be causing a, more economic damage. Although they're being hunted a little bit by the MAC-10, so even that's going to be tricky. No more sniping.
No more sniping. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say maybe if he stuck around, he could find a rifle, but I don't know which one it even is.
No, he's not finding anything. He's just
like
gonna
run onto the bomb site in the middle of the explosion.
He actually might. Yeah, okay. So he stops. He's gonna keep this CZ for the next round. Now G2 didn't. Ooh, yes, he is. He's found a MAC-10, Anders.
It's something.
It's something. It's not nothing. It's not a full investment as well from G2, just the upgraded pistols. So they've got plenty of cash for that next rifle round, and they can reinvest into some deagles and some nades in this one to try and get creative. I drop that MAC-10 to Kenny. I say, what's up, Opper? Get some bonus money.
That's a good point. Just a little bit will help him out. Even a single kill. Spotting for mid-push. And other MAC-10 heavily in use. The running gun is very hard to deal with, and Summer actually will get shot down anyway, and that's Kenny to pick up the kill with the CC. Even that will do a little bit of good for him.
What's the plan here for Tyloo? One player, somebody in middle, all on his own with AK-47, watching flank, watching for any kind of mid-aggression. He might see Nexa. But this could be a scenario where Tyloo runs into the same problem that they caused in the first half, a stack at this bomb site. Although Kenny peeks, I believe there must be a gap in that smoke for a fight that he wanted to take, see if he could catch someone off guard. It does not pan out, but he's got the information that the stack can remain here. But Ben Ted is handling that with ease, with magnificent ease.
And Hunter, this is, well, there's no one flanking him just yet, but it could be. Be nice to get one more kill, but that's not going to happen, so that's some pretty good rounds early on here for Tyloo. It'll give them a little bit more of a chance.
And we're all tied up, Anders.
9-9, you're right.
9-9. Guns are going to come out. Rifles will come out for G2. You imagine AWP in Kenny's hands, and they need to get a decent start in this half. Actually, double op setup. Almanac and Kenny S with those. Summer's going to go for the mid-cross. Smoke plumes, and he's not going to take the shot. He's waiting for the delayed peek, and that's not the worst idea for him to do at all.
Double orb on that CT side, and oh no. That looked like Amanek was in the right position, had the right idea.
Yeah, I thought, that felt like obviously we're in Amanek's POV, so we probably have the same emotions that he did, where he was like, I definitely have an advantage if someone peeks this angle, and joke's on you.
It looked like someone didn't even stop walking. It looked like he was walking and shooting at the same time.
He's quick.
Jax, he could have got caught already. Oh,
He has no idea.
No, he really has no idea. If somebody just goes for the wide peek, oh, he shoulder peeks instead, and actually gives Jax a bit of a heads up, so that might have helped him out a bit.
Well, the A-bomb set is lost, so Jax can't really do anything else from this position, and G2 is just going to call for the save. They need to keep this op in Kenny's hands. They need to keep these weapons alive, so even though they hold on to long, they lose the sight.
Picking up another open middle now, but yeah.
They're going to gain a lead as well. It's going to be 10-9 in the favor of Tyloo for the first time in this map. They will have the lead, the advantage.
Patiently fighting their way back in the game, which, yeah, again, now the pressure is a little bit more on G2.
I really admire the fact that this is happening after Blem mentioned that, maybe Asian Counter-Strike just can't catch up. This is perfect timing to make fun of him.
We like that. It's the best thing, isn't it?
Ooh. Oh, dear God.
That's a nice shot, isn't it? Yeah, it has... I don't know, it does feel like sometimes it's just a very isolated brand of Counter-Strike. And as a result, we're never quite sure what to expect. So, yeah, it'd be so much more fun if it was something that we saw a little bit more.
Well, it'd be great, too, because we spent, what, 2 weeks ago? We were in Beijing.
Yeah.
So we saw the Counter-Strike fans there. Now we're in Shanghai. We're going to see the Counter-Strike fans here this weekend. Like, actually... I'm surprised, this being my first time in China for CS events, that there's this much of a presence and this much of a desire for Chinese Counter-Strike. I think that's sweet.
Been hearing decent, decent reporting as well on just the overall number of players in the Chinese region as well, sort of going up over the years. So I think there's still some pretty good potential. Now the question is, can they, could they cause an upset here and actually bring down G2 on this map? And it's not looking bad at the moment. They get to save 3 rifles in the last one, but or was it only 2? Did they lose one of them at the end?
Yeah, well, they lost one of the ops,
Yeah.
Kenny.
Dear.
So they only got to save 2.
That's actually a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, it's a massive issue. Utility's going to be an issue as well. At least they have the op in the right position. At least Kenny's here. Actually, 4 players are here. So that's quite nice. 2 players at the A bomb site, at the railing at least. 1 player now rotating out towards long. They at least want to hold on to that. And Kenny being forced off by just a barrage of flashbangs. That's exactly what you have to do to take this bomb site against someone like Kenny S. And they should be able to get this planted. And look, they have the awareness as well. They know they cannot turn that corner into the bomb site towards long.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Now they definitely know because they just heard that shot go out. So better to not give him the opportunity. And they're happy to just sit here. They know that if G2 have to come for them, they need grenades, smokes, anything like that. Really close range with the P250, but it's not enough. Oh, that's a nice shot.
I don't think it's going to turn anything. I don't think it's going to change the fact. It's a beautiful shot, and now he's boxed in as well. He's got to stay at long. Freeman going to bail out. Picks up an AWP, and another very nice round for Tyloo. Marching into the site, playing disciplined Counter-Strike once the bomb gets planted, which has long been one of their weaknesses. And able to close it out. Jax is going to be able to keep, I think, this AK-47. Indeed, he will. 3 kills in the round to keep it in his hands. But that is a very, very crappy consolation prize. That's like the smallest teddy bear at the circus.
You're not happy about that, are you?
They do have a good amount of money, though. Let's say that.
So there's that. They can play for more larger prizes later on.
Or you just buy one.
Yeah, well, that has always been the better choice, hasn't it? It just doesn't feel as good. It's more fun to try and win it, spend 4 times the amount of money that you could have bought it for. But
or you walk out with a giant teddy bear and you just tell everyone you did win.
Ooh, is that the play?
That's plan C.
What if you? But the problem is, if you bring like a girlfriend or something, you have to win it for her, right? Can't just.
Yeah.
See, that's the issue.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know how you'd get around that one. I don't know. I don't live in like the 1950s, so I haven't really taken a whole lot of girlfriends to the circus.
Well, there's still time to relive that. I don't know. You can go there, 6 Flags or whatever. Just
6 Flags is legit.
Going out. Yeah, I went when I was in Georgia. It's scary. I don't really like roller coasters, but
don't like horses. Don't like roller coasters.
No,
you're a weak-willed man, Anders.
I like horses much less than I like roller coasters. But yeah. Oh, look at the speed here. He maybe could have caught someone. Seeing the knees, certainly. And they're going to be very weak on Hunter. He's all shut up.
Well, they're going to be very nervous as well about that mid-pressure. But, oh, Tyloo might just go away from the advantage. Yeah, weak on Hunter. Kenny's got the angle towards Catwalk, but this can be a bit scary. I don't think he has no idea they've already gotten past. If he swings any wider, there's the boost.
Wow.
And Kenny goes down.
That's a disgusting way to get killed, isn't it?
Yeah, that is going to upset you in a big, big way. I really admire the play. It was that Freeman who got out middle with the Krieg and was able to tag Hunter down low, and he realized when he didn't get the kill, there's definitely going to be an op on board. He knows Kenny loves that weapon, so why even try and re-peek?
Got the time for it now, pushing the issue. Jax, yeah, getting a kill, but he was going to go down, I think, almost no matter what. Bomb making this way out long, and they're so smoked out of this position, they really can't stay and fight for too much longer. Somebody ducking down, but he's very, very low on health. They've actually done a lot of damage to him. And now they need to get the bomb across. There's not going to be any run boost. Instead, they're throwing the bomb instead. Seems to work better.
That was a sketchy situation, though, for Tyloo. Somebody was even getting spammed through the car, through the smoke. But again, this is like, what, the 3rd or 4th time we've seen this happen for G2. They have not been able to get going on this defense, calling saves very, very early. They have not been able to hold on to these bomb sites well at all.
Yeah, it's been a recurring problem, hasn't it? 9-12. And,
oh, dear.
Yeah, now it's becoming a real problem. They lost that AWP in the round. Kenny getting peaked in a very, very brutal way. So they need to find a way to continue, get back on in the games, especially on the economic side. I think that's where G2 are going to start to run into more and more problems now. And Tyloo showing a lot of strength. Look at the money they have as well on the T side.
Yeah, this is getting real disgusting in the favor of Tyloo. 3-round lead. And as you said, a lot of money built up. I don't think they've lost a round yet in the second half. They won the pistol.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, I don't know. It's not even that. You just look in the ideography. It's not like anyone is really sort of surging away from the whole pack.
That's what's a little bit funny. I mean, I guess funny in a way that Tyloo feels like they've strategically been winning this half.
Yeah.
Just with like a couple, like 1 or 2 important kills at certain locations on the map, but then making the right play to get into the bomb site and get the plan, and just being able to find the weak spots.
And then, as you were mentioning, even in the afterplants, right, playing it reasonably.
Yeah, and that's always been the thing for me with Tyloo. I've always just in my head, I've had this like fantasy of being like, I've wanted to go coach Tyloo just for like 2 months. Like I don't want to coach them forever.
No, but just.
But I do just want to come in and be like, can I just help you guys fix your post plants?
Yeah, just this one thing.
Pay me $300,000.
And we'll get it done. I agree, because it's one of those things that's it's so doable, and the fact that it hasn't been working is frustrating. Ooh. Tagged up, actually headshot through the box, and now the Molotovs, everything to follow Summer. Surely he can't make it out. Surely they're still going to find him in this corner. Like, that smoke is confirmation that someone's still in there. They're going to wait him out. No one has a grenade or anything? Oh yeah, goodbye.
It's been a good run. Still, I mean, they had to use a lot of resources, right? Molotov, nade, flashbang to get the initial peak.
Yeah, that's the one thing you could take away from that if you're Summer, is at least I made them work for it.
Yeah, at least did everything they could. It took a lot of time. 3 players over at the B bomb site. And again, they might just have a strategic outplay here, even with a man disadvantage. If they hit this bomb site, it's only Amanek. And he's got 2 flashbangs, sure, but he's got the M4. Repeaks are going to be tough. 1 flashbang, they're going to stream out. I don't even think, oh my lord, the spray does not connect whatsoever. Attacker takes his face off. And now G2, at a certain point, they're going to have to go for one of these retakes, and I think this is the one.
It's very tricky, especially if you look at where somebody is at the moment. Does he see? I think they saw him on the ramp, but if they don't find him right now, that's still a big problem. Every second counts. They're
all going for him instead of committing to the retake. This is taking so much time. I have no idea why this is happening.
I mean, I guess it's just a question of they're probably just hoping that he's going to, fight them a little bit earlier. He even gets a kill, so any dreams of a retake now surely are going to be all gone. A 2-on-2, but that bomb has been down for quite a while, so what do you even do?
That's such a head-scratching play to me to go chase that 1 kill in middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize you feel like you kind of have to, but boy, is that tough. They're going to lose a lot because of it. So now, what, 13-9 in the favor of Tyloo.
I mean, I'm guessing they're expecting that that's going to be so much quicker in some fashion, but they just have to spend that time on it, and suddenly things aren't working out so well. Even if they found him at that point in time.
But that was the best chance for a retake they've had, it feels like, in almost this entire half, and for them to like give up the opportunity to go just hunt that 1 player down in middle.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough to make the call in the moment, but you should know that you are, you have the advantage, the man advantage, if you actually go towards that A bomb site. Ooh, good opening kill from Ben10. Oh, he's going to spray through as well. And 2 flash assists from Summer. Oh, and the spin as well. A 3rd kill. And Ben10 is just wrecking G2 in this map. He's going to add a 4th onto it. What an absolute monster. That is a disgusting sequence. He's a freak. I love everything I saw.
I'll have whatever he's having. That was outrageous, wasn't it? I can't believe it. He's gone fully berserk in this round. Just the follow-up here is out of this world. That should not be happening.
Oh, did he just add the 1-tap onto it?
Yeah, he probably said peace right as he did that. Just knocked them out. That's so bizarre. It's a 1-man wrecking ball just coming right through. Riding on top of the wrecking ball, in fact, Miley Cyrus style. That was a...
Tongue out.
I immediately regretted making that comparison, so I'm not going to lie.
You know I love Miley Cyrus.
More on the Miley side, less on the Hannah Montana side, more on that.
More Miley Cyrus.
All right, fair enough. I would like it if someone did do a Photoshop Ben Ted on a wrecking ball. That'd be impressive.
I have a Photoshop on the wrecking ball.
Yeah. Well,
I'm surprised you don't know that one.
Maybe I do. Listen, there are so many photoshops of you.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's an obscene amount of photoshops of me.
which I appreciate greatly, but never enough. I feel like could always find some more. 9-14. Last map was 16-14 in favor of Tyloo. So this is a bit uncomfortable at the moment for G2, ever so slightly. Money not looking great. Look at the grenades left. With this amount of grenades left on the CT side, you're just thinking, well, we've got to win the early fights, and they actually win one of them there. Kenny will get a kill. Next up with one, although there was a return, Bentet, but he's out of the round, luckily for G2.
Oh, look at Amadek, he's giving up the position. Summer's just going to walk right in. He sees a free kill, and he turned away. But still, Amadek's under a lot of pressure. I don't know how he's won that, but a brilliant defense in the B bomb site. Middle is shut down as well. And G2 still with a lifeline despite everything. 10-14. They've got to mount a comeback here at the end of this map, or else they'll lose this series entirely.
That was that was a weird little bit of a fight there in the B bomb side. It did not look like he should have come out on top with the UMP, but he did. All being picked up there on the T side once again. The money is still pretty damn good for Tyloo, which is that's the very painful part I think for G2. Just the fact that they have to keep fighting all these rifles. It's going to be a long time before they get that relief. Actually 4 people towards A long early on in the round for G2. Now they're obviously gonna reset that immediately, but that's a lot of people to escort one guy into pit. Just making damn sure that he got there.
Gotta be certain. Hunter in middle. 2 players actually playing middle from CT spawn. 2 players holding long at pit. We've seen this play out a number of times. The AWP is not in the hands of Kenny S. The defense of the A bomb site is going to have to get done with the M4s. A shift, though, as the 2 M4s commit, one at railing and one at the corner towards long. He can shift between long and the bomb site if needed, and Tyloo's still yet to make their decision on where to attack. Freeman with the bomb, though, is posturing like he wants to go through cave, and that could be really tough to make it happen.
Yeah, they're going to have to fight up against Jackson. If he could sneak in a kill, he can fall back and sort of throw some flashbangs. He could buy some time like that.
I will say, if they lose long, this defense is going to crumble.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, no, and they're actually rotating back down the middle. Jax is going to be calling them back now, saying there's a lot of trouble here. He's all the way back in pit, and he's waiting for a flashbang, and it sort of happens right as he goes down. Kenny, he was committed to that fight no matter what, and as you pointed out, once long is gone, there's no more defense. What a disaster here for G2.
Yeah, it really is. Second smoke goes up. Bomb is tossed over. Attacker, though. Low HP has to pick it up with 6 health. It's going to get planted, and again, Amanek and Hunter just have to save. That rotator between those, and that it's so tough to know when you're supposed to rotate back and forth. But long, just way too much pressure to be applied. When you have players at railing, when your defense is predicated of the A bomb site on railing and on the player at corner, you have to make sure long is held on to. That's got to be the priority, because you can play retake on A.
When he's in pit like that, Jax, because I think he was actually setting up his flashbang for some sort of long push.
I think it was for A.
Oh yeah, for A. Sorry, yeah, so for catwalk. But the problem was obviously, by the time he sees them, he has to just fall back. Like he can't even fight them as they enter out of the long doors that are there. So he's just kind of stuck in pit.
Yeah,
no help.
It is a bit of unfortunate timing.
So they get to save a couple of rifles, pick up a creek there on Hunter, but this is not looking good. 15-10. What a turn of events.
Took them all 3 chances on Vertigo to close out map 1. They've got 5 now on Dust 2 to close out the series. Tyloo looking to start this tournament off with a nice little upset. An impressive upset.
Absolutely. This is just very interesting. Summer, I think, leading the board right now for Tyloo. He's doing a very fine job at the moment. PWP in hand and not going to hang around the smoke this time. Again, the money for G2 is just not good, is it? But they have left like 4 grenades, maybe a little bit more, but it's sketchy. There's so much time still on the clock.
It's very sketchy. You're relying a lot to say bomb site this defense. Again, it's very individual. Jax is left alone in pit one more time. Kenny S alone on catwalk with the AWP. And here we go. Jack's going to be called upon again, and he's got no backup. I think he's been spotted. Oh, a dink onto Freeman. That is a good start. That'll slow things down. That'll allow Nexa to come over, but he's got to smoke off those Molotovs and still isolated. A second one burns, but Nexa with the angle. This has got to be where he holds on to the defense. And Summer, he's aware of the possibility. A 5-on-3 to close out the series for Tyloo.
Yeah, that's looking so good. Somebody holding the middle once again, which just limits where the retake can even happen from. Kenny's moved into position, and that might be... Oh, they're bringing the bomb back on the other side. They're actually outplaying them really well at the moment. Tyloo, if they can hold on to this long position for a couple of seconds longer, then that B defense is going to be one guy alone.
Well, yeah, he's getting pulled out. I mean, they're throwing the smokes as if they're going to attack that A bomb site. They throw the one to drop it. Look how committed it is. He's now trying to cross back over. Somebody might be able to hear these rotations. He can cut off definitely that second player. He's hearing them come over. When does he want to pounce? Amanek, he's going to have backup. He's going to have Hunter here with the Molotov into the site. He's got that first kill, but now he's exposed. Now they know exactly where he is, and he's got two targets. It's Kenny, one-on-one. The repeat is there, but he can't find the kill. Attacker's going to close it out. 16